How's it going, YouTube? This is Zeke from Digimon Plays, and today we have a match between Hunters and UlforceVeedramon. So Hunters will start us off by hatching a Monimon, digivolving into the BT12 Psychmon, and then playing out Taiki Kudo. So we'll see Wanyamon hatched into a Vmon, and then the Vmon will digivolve into the BT12 Regionals. And then Blue Memory Boost is played down, and we're going to see him grab the Arrow Veedramon from BT12. This will pass the turn back over. Looks like both players are getting a little setup going. So we'll see the Psychmon promoted, and then Taiki's start a main phase effect. Draw, use his ability to reduce the Digivolution cost to play a Damemon, or to Digivolve rather, and Damemon whiffs its search. We'll see him attack in, hitting the V-Tamer tie off the top of security, and then Digicrossing in a Shopmon King version to play out the BT12 U Amano. So we'll see Veedramon promoted, so that he can draw off of the V-Tamer Tie's ability, cracking the Blue Memory Boost to digivolve into an Arrow Veedramon. Hunters is a very fast deck, so you really have to outpace them, but we all know Ulforce can go off in one turn if possible. So we're going to see the ability used, where he suspends to grab both a Davis and a Rena Tamer. And then with that, he can digivolve into the BT11 UlforceVeedramon. This allows him to play out the Rena, which will give him a lot of extra memory and unsuspend him, which will bounce the Damemon back to hand and keep turn. I'm leaving the Ulforce on the screen because there's a lot of text there and he's going to continue to work with it. So he's going to attack, triggering Rena when suspended. Rena can suspend herself to activate the Wind Digivolving, which allows the Ulforce to play out another Tamer. He plays the Davis and is able to grab an Arrow Veedramon off the top. And he is unsuspended, so he can go ahead and swing again. Swings in, and the first check is actually a BT12 X, which kills the Ulforce. I'll be able to explain the Beelza tech in the deck here shortly. It actually helped this player a lot during Regionals. But we see a Blue Memory Boost played down, and he will grab the BT11 Veedramon to pass the turn. So Monimon is hatched, start a main phase, Taiki's effect and Uamano's effect allow him to tuck and then gain one memory, draw one card, digivolving into Gumdramon, using both of their abilities to slot under to reduce the Digivolution cost into an Arrestedramon Superior mode, swinging in, dealing one check, digivolving into Arrestedramon in the back, and then playing out a Taigiru to pass turn. And then end of turn, he gets to attack again with Arrestedramon Superior mode because he has 4 sources. So we see Wanyamon hatched, then digivolving into the EX1 Vmon. That Ulforce death was definitely a big swing in the other favor. So we'll see Kakaida's Breath played out, just to hopefully stave off lethal next turn. We see Arrestedramon promoted, start of main phase effects going off, gaining 1 memory, drawing 1 card. Swinging in for 1 check. Playing out the Psychmon Digicross, using the abilities to reduce it into an Arrestrodramon, swinging in, and depending on if either one lived, he could tuck X Antibody and Superior Mode over either one of them. So it's another spicy tech in the deck. So we'll see him start off with Monimon hatched, Digivolved into Gumdramon, and then Watchmaker is played. Watchmaker able to grab the Gumdramon to hand. Wanyamon is hatched, Digivolved into the BT12 Vmon. Digivolved into the starter deck Veedramon. And Davis is played to pass the turn, revealing top 3 and grabbing the EX1 Vmon. So we'll see Gumdramon promoted, Digivolved into Damemon, and another Dame whiff, no tamers. Swinging in, crashing into security, so he gets the on deletion draw 1, and then tucks. He was showing that he grabbed all the tamers in the draws instead of off the Damemon. Forever the Damemon whiffs. Alright, so we'll see Blue Memory Boost played down, revealing the top 4. Grabs the BT11 Veedramon. And then plays out the BT11 Vmon. Grabs the UlforceVeedramon X antibody from BT12. Monimon's hatched down. And then here's where I can give a chance to explain. So he runs the X antibody so he can always make sure he has enough sources to go into the Arrestrodramon. And then at end of turn, if he has 10 in trash, he can swing in and Digivolve it into the Beelza X. And it's how he actually managed to take 23rd at Regionals this past weekend. So we'll see the Gumdramon played down, using Tigeru's ability to Digivolve into Shoutmon King version, which allows him to play out a Uamano. And then he plays the BT12 Uamano to pass turn, so now he has one of each. Uamano is another tech I've seen in a few Hunters lists, because it is the BT10U. Can still be played off of all the abilities, but it just interacts a little bit differently. So we're going to see Lanamon come down to Digivolve over, slotting underneath the, I believe that was the starter deck Vmon, so he can get the draw off. Lanamon also being a great addition to this deck, so it's crazy how this blue hybrid is actually used a lot more in favor than the old ones, just because it interacts differently throughout the board. But we're seeing tech choices in both decks here, so I prefer Lanamon over Kumamon or even, what was it, Lobomon, because you have the chance to give jamming if you need, which if he had jamming the first game, he wouldn't have died to the Beelza X, but also he couldn't use the evade because he was already suspended. So we're going to see him swing with the Lanamon and debating on blocking. So blocking with the Damemon inheritable, slotting under all of these, and because a purple is slotted under you, all turns he gets to gain 1 and draw 1 memory. Just remember, it has to be a purple card. He's gonna crack the Mem Boost, Digivolve the Davis into another Lanamon. Swings in to get some chip damage, and that Lanamon dies as well. And then he's gonna play down the Matt and Sora Tamer to pass the turn. So we see the Gumdramon promoted. All of the started turn effects happen. So Uamano, sorry, started main phase. Let me say that correctly. And then he's going to Digivolve into the Arrestrodramon for 2. Using 2 different abilities of the Tamers to reduce the cost to go into Superior Mode for a reduced cost. Giving it Security Attack +1. Swinging in, drawing for all the Gumdramons. Hitting a V-Tamer tie. And then playing out Taiki to pass turn. And end of turn, he gets to do 2 more checks and hits straight into the Davis. So not even able to set it 2. He now goes to 3 and then +2 from the Matt and Sora Tamer. So we see the Veedramon promoted. He did grab the Aero Veedramon off of the Davis. We'll see that starter deck Aero Veedramon Digivolve there. So now he does have jamming. So swinging in for 1 check. Now if he's able to go into Ulforce, he'll have security +1. Because we already saw him gain the memory, we know he has more than 8 cards in hand. Digivolving into the BT11 Ulforce, playing out the Arena yet again, which will bounce the entire stack back. And gaining back all of the memory from the inheritables. The only thing I actually dislike about the Ulforce deck is the fact that you need the Arena Tamer. Like, it is so crucial to the deck. I mean, there's a reason why she's a secret rare. If you've got 4 in hand, usually that's the turn that you can pop off and just do all the swings that you would need. But he's going to attack again. Looks like he's hesitating on the Arena Tamer. We see him suspend it, but he takes it back. He's not going to use her ability yet. So he's going to smack in, doing 2 checks. Like I said, he's got security tech +1 from the starter deck Aero Veedramon. Looks like he's going to Digivolve into Ulforce X, unsuspending, and passing over turn. So start of main phase is triggering now for both the Taiki and the U. So gain 1 memory from U and draw 1 card from Taiki by tucking sources underneath. Starting his turn with 3 because of the Tagiru. So we're going to see Dracomon Digicrossed out. He's able to return 3 Tamers from his hand to draw 3 cards. Digivolving Gumdramon in the back. He has the Superior mode, but I don't know, he might be missing a level 4 in order to actually get up to it. Because that is quite the board state. It's always funny to see like Hunters versus Cross because it's just a playmat full of everything on both sides. But we see Clockmon played down, revealing the top 3, grabbing the Arrestdramon and the Shoutmon King version. So both cards he could have used. So Wanyamon is hatched. He does have that blocker there now, but we'll see how he can get through it. So Digivolving the BT11 Veemon in the back. And swinging with the UlforceVeedramon. When it becomes suspended, he's actually able to unsuspend. And because of the Arena, he can bounce both. The Inheritable bouncing the level 3 and the Arena bouncing the level 4 to swing for game. So that'll put us into game number 3. With Hunter starting us off with Monimon into Ikakimon. And then just playing out Taiki to pass turn. Generally always a great turn if you can get a Tamer and a Digimon setup in the back. So we'll see Wanyamon into the EX1 Veemon on the Ulforce side. Digivolving into Lanamon. And then into Aero Veedramon to pass turn. So already up to a level 5 on turn 1. Or his turn 1 rather. So we'll see Taiki's effect go off to reduce the Digivolve cost to play another Taiki. Swinging in. And crashing, so he gets to take 2 sources and take them under. Playing out Watchmaker. Picking up the Taigiru and the Shoutmon King version. Passing back over with 2 memory. Using the Aero Veedramon's effect to reveal top 3, grabbing the Davis. Aero Veedramon's ability to grab all Tamers is great. I just wish he could grab that and the Ulforce. It would actually make the deck a lot more consistent. But he's going to Digivolve into the UlforceVeedramon here. Unsuspending and choking to 1. And then the Davis, of course, hits the 2 arenas. Always hurts. So we'll see Taiki's start of main phase effects. Taigiru played down. Gumdramon Digivolved in the back. Passing over turn. Wanyamon is hatched. Digivolved into the EX1 Vmon. And with those 2 arenas going to the bottom, we know that Ulforce doesn't have game this turn. But we're going to see him swing in. Smacking a superior mode out of security. And then playing down the V-Tamer tie to unsuspend. Drawing a card for the V-Tamer tie. And then swinging in again. Hitting a Dracmon. Playing another V-Tamer tie to unsuspend. Suspending that to draw a card. And swinging in again. Hitting a Taigiru off the top. And then debating what to do here. Digivolving into the BT12 Regionals in the back just to be safe, because we know if he has the superior mode, that entire stack is getting tucked right now. So start of main phase triggers right now, drawing 2, using Taiki's effects in order to tuck underneath, Digivolving into the Shoutmon King version to play out Uamano. Using all 3 of those effects to tuck 3 more sources to reduce the cost by 3. Now he's able to Digivolve into the Superior mode for a cost of 1, which will tuck that Ulforce directly under one of the V-Tamers, giving it +1 check with the Watchmaker. So 2 checks for the Superior mode right now. So check 1, check 2. And then playing out Gumdramon. Tucking Arrestodramon underneath the U. Debating on how he wants to pass turn here now. Just playing another Watchmaker, revealing top 3. Has to grab different colors, so grabs Taiki and the Ikakimon to pass turn. And then end of turn, Arrestodramon gets to attack again. So we're going to see the Veedramon come out. Draw a card with the V-Tamer tie. Draw another card with the next V-Tamer tie. Digivolving into the Arrow Veedramon. If I remember correctly, he was just missing the Ulforce at this point. We're going to see him use the ability of the Arrow Veedramon, and of course, there's the Ulforce he needed, going to the bottom of the deck. And with that, he's not going to be able to close out the game here, so Superior mode will actually take it next turn. But I did want to pose the question for all of you guys, what do you think of these text choices with the Beelzemon X and the X antibody in place of Quartzmon? Like I said, my friend Alan here got 23rd with it at Regionals this Saturday. So if you wanted to ask any questions about the tech choices, I could pass on the information and get an answer for you. But as always, I will have the deck lists at the end of the video. And there's the scoop. Unfortunately, not able to close the game out there. But here is the Hunter's deck list from Alan. And then the UlforceVeedramon X deck list. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. And until next time, I'll see you on the digital plane, playing the Digimon card game.